Hey guys, Sanch here, and welcome back to another episode of Bodybuilding News Today. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 2020 British Grand Prix, approximately 48 hours out from the show. So if you guys are interested in hearing about who is competing and my predictions, make sure you guys stay tuned. And if you guys enjoy bodybuilding news in general and enjoy contest prep update videos, definitely subscribe. We have lots more content coming out in the future. But let's go ahead and get right into this video. So post-production, it looks like Regan Grimes has hopped in to the British Grand Prix. Expect to see him in that top three. I like his physique. The only thing I don't like is his conditioning. He has consistently been flat, watery, respectfully. So that is something to keep an eye out for. But he just has the mass. He has the hype. He's very popular on Instagram. So all that stuff considered, I can't see him outside the top three here. So look forward to seeing Regan Grimes at the British Grand Prix. But besides that, back to the video. So I was on their Instagram page, two bros pro underscore events, and they haven't posted the official scorecard. Now, this is an IFBB show. It's also an NPC show. So they have two different things. Let's go ahead and go through the lineup. It's so I guess London is going to be having a I don't know the illness. You know, that big illness going around the world right now. They're having a shutdown for that, and it looks like they can't actually do it this weekend. So instead, they're doing it on the 3rd of November and the 4th of November. So they have, it looks like the women's and the NPC stuff going in front. They have the athlete check-in for the pros that evening of the November 3rd. And then on the 4th is what we're really waiting for. They have classic physique, men's bodybuilding, and men's physique at 9 a.m. as you can see on the screen. And then later in that evening, or it's actually more early afternoon, that's when they actually have the finals for the men's bodybuilding, the men's 212. So I'm kind of torn here. So they don't have a scorecard out, and also I'll put it on the screen for you. They have these really cool things, these like athlete scorecard, confirmed athlete things. Now, this is something that I saw at the Spain Pro. That was something that they did, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's great marketing, and it also gives you a good idea on exactly who is going to be competing. So the Two Bros Pro, they did that for this upcoming British Grand Prix. The thing is that they don't really identify what's open, what's 212. Some people are moving up to the open to compete. It's really confusing, and without a scorecard, you know, I mean, they're going to have people getting on stage. It looks like tomorrow, and we don't know exactly who everyone is competing and what classes they're competing in. So that is a very small critique that I'll say. But let's go ahead and go through the run. Let's go ahead and go through the lineup of who we know are competing. Florence Pjorsen is a guy that I saw on the Bodybuilders Without Borders, an Instagram channel. Absolutely fantastic content. This guy is he's really grown this year. He has a lot of potential. He's coached by JP. Was it Jordan Peters? So one of the best coaches in the game right now. And then, I mean, between him and Patrick Tour, those are like the two big top running coaches right now. Speaking of Patrick Tour, James Hollingshead is also going to be doing this show. Now, he already is qualified for the Mr. Olympia, so expect to see him in a very good shape. He's less than 7 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, so expect to see him in very good shape. Expect him to be in that top three, if not winning this show. Him being an England native, I can't see the judges hurting his hype going into the Mr. Olympia. So I could definitely see him winning this show. I don't really see any other people with the amount of size and competitive history to really compete with James here. So definitely expect to see James winning this show. Next, we have kind of a toss-up between two of my favorite competitors right now, Mark Hector and Samson Dauda. Now, if you remember, Hector placed 7th at the Europa Pro. I had him placing much higher. I thought he had an amazing physique from the photos I saw in prejudging. He had absolutely phenomenal conditioning, and I really don't think that he got a fair shake at that show. Saying that, once he turned around, I can see where the judges knocked him a few places. He's still a very young competitor. He has so much going for him. He has beautiful lines, very, very tight midsection, and a vacuum in the open class, something that is very respected and something that I love seeing on the stage. He also has, just great lines, huge delts, big chest, big arms, very nice sweeping quads, and a very nice teardrop as well. And he even has nice calves. This guy has everything going for him, except he needs more size. He's kind of like a Rafael Brandeo. He needs a few more years to put on that size before the judges can start giving him those top 3 callouts. But saying that, I actually can see him in the top 3, top 4 here. I think that if he brings the same level of conditioning, if not better than what he brought at the Europa Pro, I can definitely see him placing very, very well at this show. My second favorite, in no particular order, I like both of them equal, Samson Dauda. And Samson is actually one of the guys I had Samson picked to win the Europa Pro just off of lines. I was looking at James Hollingshead, and I didn't really see what the judges saw, and that's obviously why I don't get paid to do what I do here online. But Samson has an amazing physique. He has the size. He has the posing is, oh my gosh, just amazing. Huge chest, beautiful midsection, and did I mention the legs? Jeepers. And I can see Samson. I could see him winning the show handily. But if I see him outside of the third place call, I don't know what I would do. He has everything he needs to be a top 3 bodybuilder at any given show. The only thing I'd probably say is maybe he looks a little shallow in the back department, but honestly, I don't see that. Obviously, I'm not always going to see eye to eye with the judges, but definitely expect to see Samson in that top 3. Also, a guy we haven't seen on stage in a while is Essa Obiad. Essa Obiad. Now, we have not seen him on the stage for a while, but probably one of the guys with very nice lines. Definitely could say he'd be in that first call out here at the British Grand Prix. And the last time we saw Essa on stage was at the 2019 IFBB Wings of Strength Chicago Pro at the Chicago Pro. And he placed 3rd, and he also placed 4th at the South America, where Rafael got 2nd, right behind, Juan Morel. Very good showing. I really liked what I saw with him. He had, fairly good conditioning. I thought he looked pretty flat in the arm department. The midsection, the legs looked pretty flat. From the back, the legs were, you really couldn't see any separation. The quads, or the glutes, my bad. The glutes were pretty watery. So the thing is, if he can bring great conditioning to the show, I can see him in this first call out. To be fair, there's not a huge lineup. It's not looking like it's going to be a very deep show. Now, I can definitely see Essa doing well, but it really depends on the conditioning he brings. And the last 2 I want to give shout outs is Steve Bethan and Jamie Johan, or Jamie Christian Johan. I'm not really sure which one he goes by. But Jamie did very well at the Europa Pro. I liked what he had going on there. and going over to his Instagram, aka the Giant. I mean, the guy has everything you need to really be a successful IFBB pro. Very tall, has beautiful lines. The only thing I would say is he looks a little shallow in the hamstrings from the back. And that's something that he's going to be working on. I mean, this guy is a brand new pro. From what I believe, the Europa Pro in Spain was his pro debut. So, I mean, he's got the world in front of him. I'm very excited. There's so many good new pros coming onto the circuit as of late. So I'm very excited to see how Jamie does. I'm also very excited to see how Steve Bethan does. Now, or Bentham, sorry. He brought, diamond conditioning to to the Europa Pro. Just going through some of his shots here. The front lat looked really nice. He looked like he was passing gas, in my opinion. But the quads look great. The midsection's very, very shredded. Separations in the pecs, triceps look great on that side chest or the side tricep shot. I mean, the only thing I would say is his glutes needed a little bit more conditioning. The hamstrings looked great on that lat spread, but the lats did look a little flat. I don't want to really say shallow, but it looks like he's going to need a little bit more depth, thickness in that lower lat department. It looks fairly shallow, respectfully, of course. I'm not trying to take cheap shots at anyone here. The most muscular, he looks just shredded. That would be a profile picture. That would be the Tinder shot right there. That would be that would be the Tinder shot. And even the front double bi, I mean, he looks absolutely fantastic. So expect to see him in fairly good conditioning. If he can bring the same level of conditioning, I can see him getting rewarded with possibly a 4th or a 5th place finish here. Now, we have big hitters, like I said, James Hollingshead, Florence Pjorsen, even Mark Hector, Samson Dauda. Expect all those guys to be in the top 4. What was the guy's name? Kuba Klein, a British bodybuilder. He does a podcast on YouTube. Look him up. Him and James Hollingshead do a British bodybuilding podcast, and they put out fantastic content. I enjoy listening to them from time to time. He is also competing, and respectfully, Kuba, I'm not trying to be a dick. He did not place very well at the Europa Pro. He did not bring very good conditioning, respectfully. So I don't know where we're going to see him at the British Grand Prix. Best of luck, of course, but I'm not really sure where to place him in this call-up, in this lineup. And that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoy bodybuilding news today or contest prep update videos in general, consider subscribing. And if you guys want to support me on a personal level, you can always go to goldeneranutrition.com and you can use my sponsored athlete code SANCH15 at checkout. And for any other supplement inquiries, you can always go to sups.com, SUPPZ.com, and you can use my Armed Forces Ambassador code SANCH10 at checkout. That's it. If you guys want to see a specific athlete highlight video, or if you want to see your favorite bodybuilder on this channel, definitely let me know. I can reach out to them and try getting them on. Desktop Bodybuilding is doing a lot of cool interviews with pros right now, and I think that's absolutely something I'd love to do here. So definitely stay tuned for that. Drop a comment on who you would like to see on this show, and look forward to another video coming out here this week, doing a highlight of Kansas and Missouri bodybuilders, specifically in the Kansas City metro area. So look forward to that one coming out. I'm excited to make that. A lot of cool guys that I know personally are absolutely fantastic bodybuilders, and I look forward to doing highlights for them as they prep for their shows this year. So like I said, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.